Yeah, go for it.
Go for it.
Send us live.
So good afternoon, everyone. It's Ashley, the Professional Development Coordinator for KWTB here. I'm delighted to welcome you to what's sure to be an absolutely wonderful event here with Stephen Eustace from Microsoft Ireland. It's an absolute pleasure, Stephen, to have you here. I know you're in really, really high demand, presenting all over the world at the moment. Wonderful inspiration sessions for educators all around the globe. So thank you so much for joining us here this afternoon. And I can't wait to be inspired with what you have to show us. So I'm going to hand straight over and let you introduce yourself, Stephen. But thank you again so much. We really appreciate it. And I'll stay alongside here you and stay unmuted.
Lovely. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Ashley, thank you so much. Lovely to be here. Wonderful to be here, as you said. It's great. Love to get the invite and yeah, connect with everyone here. I'm looking forward to it. So I was excited from the start, and when I saw that lovely flyer on Geniali that you made, I was like, wow, this is worth it. Just alone for that. And I was like, my little bitmojis. I was like, geez, things are happening. I was like, yeah, we're here. So. Look, in short, I'm going to stay on webcam with you for a moment. My name is Stephen Eustace. I'm an educator, post-primary, with about 9 years. I teach math, business, and ICT. I've been assistant principal post in my school for ICT coordinator, and I'm currently on a career break with Microsoft because I'm a big tech geek, and my role is very exciting. It's very nice. It's helping teachers get the most out of technology to do lots of amazing things. Improve student and teacher outcomes. Well-being is a big focus of mine, getting more done in the class and outside, saving people time, all of that good stuff. So yeah, that's me. I'm delighted to be here. The session's recorded. That's what I'm excited about. So the title of the session is an inspiration session, and really who knows what's going to happen in it, because I don't know exactly. So I'm going to be clicking buttons, I'm going to be talking and doing some cool things, and let's see what happens. Big shout out to Carrie as well, because who knows when the buttons are pressed what's going to happen. So I think that's nice. So yeah, I'm going to start sharing my screen, and on my screen I'm going to have the smallest of PowerPoints with just a little bit about me. With the language, pick a language there, Ashley. What are you thinking?
Oh, how about we go with French?
French it is, and you know what? I love a little bit of French. Je parle un peu français. So let's do it with French. So everyone should see me, I think so.
Yep, you're live, Stephen.
Okay, fantastic. So yeah, this session is called Making Learning Wonderful with Microsoft Education. It's an inspiration session for all the amazing people, wonderful people at KWTB. So delighted, excited. There's myself. I've got a QR code that you can use to get connected with me and stay connected with me. So you'll see my little avatar here. There's my picture here. A small bit about myself. I like to say that I'm a teacher trying to make learning more wonderful for everyone. So my learning community, my students, and there's my handle on Twitter at Eustace_Stephen. If you don't have a Twitter account, I'd say, Ashley, there's a good chance they should set up one, shouldn't they?
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. It's the best form of professional development out there.
I love it. Yeah, so much fun, so much friendship, and this session that's brought to you here came about as fun friendships on Twitter. So I think it's great. So lots of really nice people. Connect with me, please do. So what's the story with today? What are you gonna get? Well, I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be inspiring. That's the plan. I just aim to inspire always, give an idea of what's possible. Never going to be able to show everything. It's going to be fast paced. Sometimes I'm going to try and slow down, and you can get a chance to take a breath and listen and learn. I say sometimes it's like a movie. I'm not comparing myself to a movie star, but you don't need to be taking notes. You don't need to be getting worried about taking it all in, because I've got resources for you. You've got Ashley. Everyone's winning. So between us, I think we're going to be good. There's a Q&A there. Feel free to use it. Hopefully we'll have a little bit of space at the end to look at it. Going to provide resources during and after. Going to call them out, and yeah, you can try some of these things after the session has ended. Hopefully, I want you to enjoy it, and hopefully it's going to be fun. And again, look, I try not to burn as much time at the start with who I am, because that's look, I'm passionate about the impactful and meaningful use of EdTech in the classroom. And then these are things I want and like. I want to promote and support student and teacher well-being, drive inclusive classroom practices. And it's important to say it every time. I know I joke, but encourage and facilitate active teaching and learning. So move from, you know, consumption to creation. These subtitles, I love it. Move from consumption to creation with technology. I don't want just, oh, here's a tablet. No, we're technology enhanced now. That's not my game. I want to see, what are we doing? What are we creating? What is everyone doing? And I think actually the other big thing that I often say as well is, I don't think it's necessarily just what the teacher's doing anymore. And I don't know if it ever was. It's what are the students doing with the technology. You can be the most amazing technologically enhanced teacher ever, but you know, that's only a small part of the equation. What are your students up to? I'm all about amplifying and harnessing student voice, creating meaningful learning moments, having a lot of fun. And then, as Ashley had said there, I'm currently working with Microsoft to support teachers in their use of Microsoft educational tools. And the big ones for me, to improve student and teacher outcomes. If it's not doing that, you can forget about it. That's my thing. Okay, so what am I going to show you today? So let's start off with the inspiration. I'm going to show you how to create a screen recording in PowerPoint. I just showed you how to do subtitles in PowerPoint, or did I? So if you click the slideshow button, subtitle settings, you can have a variety of different languages here. And one of the ones that excited me the most, I think, was the preview language support in Irish, because, you know, I'd like to get better at Irish myself. So here is PowerPoint supporting me if I want to practice my Irish and see what it looks like on a screen. So there's a nice quick little tip. Next up on the quick tip side of the house would be, I'm going to create a new slide. I'm going to show you how to create a recording. So watch this. So I'm going to go Insert, Screen Recording, and I'm going to record the screen. So first of all, though, I'm going to create my little selection here. So drag the rectangle, make a nice rectangle. Okay. I'm going to leave my audio on and my pointer on, and I've got magical tabs here. And then I'm going to press record. But before I do that, I'm going to create a new page in wonderful OneNote. So I'm flying through this stuff, but I'm kind of doing that because I know all I did there was click OneNote, created a new page, nothing crazy. I know that I can give you resources afterwards to go through some of these things. So here we go. Let's press record. This is an example of how I would use it in class. Hello everyone. Today we're going to do some nice maths because we like that. So I'm going to do 2x plus 5. I'm going to endeavor to do a different problem this time. Is equal to 15, so no one gets bored. I'm going to pinch to zoom, make it nice and big. I have my surface here. I'm reaching out to it, and it's easy. And I'm using a little stylus or pen, whatever you want to call it. So 2x. I'm always given a little bit of maths. Every day is a day for numeracy. So x is 5. One of the features I love is this, just one. View, replay, and then you can replay how you wrote it. So I think that one's a pretty cool one. It's one of my favorite features. It's in OneNote, the app for Windows 10. I really like it. The other thing I really like is this. So to use this with your students, you can simply do a kind of a show and reveal, or sort of hide and reveal, or whatever you want to say here. You can play it back at any pace, and then as well your students can. So I say this often, but it needs to be said. Whenever I'm saying that you can do stuff, so you, the educator, students can do it too. The other one I really like is this, actually. Go to the Draw tab and go Ruler. Put my 2 fingers to the screen, and I'm just moving like this. So you know what? It is kind of, it's kind of space age. I'm thinking it's still kind of magical. Every time I do it, speaking of space age, it's funny, but there's the name of the pens here, Galaxy. Look at that. If you hover over it. So speaking of space, we've got the Galaxy pen here. So you can use Control and Z, by the way, if you do make a little mistake like I did there. Use your Galaxy pen, happy days. Maybe you want to get some highlighting going on as well. So smaller highlighter. Control and Z on the keyboard, by the way, a little trick. You want to get the large highlighter. Control Z, no problem, all good. Control Y, redo, why not? Okay, next, what else am I liking? Take off the ruler. I'm liking this. Select it. Press maths. Oh yeah, look at my Galaxy. Thank you. Get out there. So highlight it, press ruler, or press maths even, and then you've got some actions that you can do. So how about this? How about we solve for x? X is 5. That was good. Okay, but you know, solution is no good without the steps. Then the one thing I really like in OneNote is to use my, well, sometimes I do this with the mouse or drag it across. You've got the steps there. The other thing I really like, and it's one of my kind of favorites really, is Immersive Reader. I'm going to show it a little bit now and more later. So Immersive Reader for me is just this fantastic support. Press it, let's see what happens. My internet's not great lately, so if you see things taking a little while, bear with me. So now this looks a lot better. Let's press play.
Steps for solving linear equation.
That sounds good, eh?
Subtract 5 from both sides.
So it sounds good. It makes the math look quite nice, to be honest. Now watch this. Let's strip that back. Let's make it look not as nice. Look at all the supports that I can turn off. Now start again. Press that button. Okay, so what does Immersive Reader do? Well, one of the things you realize it does is it can play back the text for you or for a student. The other thing that's great is this, you can have the text size be modified, increase the spacing. Comic Sans is a very good font, but anyway, these three fonts are very good for especially students with dyslexia, okay? Yellow background is definitely great for students with dyslexia or diverse learner need. That's fantastic. So just like this. The other thing I really like is the syllable support, parts of speech support, because I'm not an English teacher, but this helps me to help others. And it's always good to know. And to be honest with you, talk about pressing buttons. I rarely press this button here to choose your color for nouns, but you know what? Maybe I don't like red. So maybe I want it to be light orange, or I want my adjectives to be, not green. I want them to be light magenta, if that's what I want. So that looks kind of nice. The other thing that's very nice is the line focus. So I speak about this the whole time. I'm not sick of saying it either because I think it's great. But if I press play here, watch where your eyes go and where your head goes. Okay, you ready? So watch this.
Subtract 5 from both sides.
Go down there. There we go.
2x equals 15 minus 5.
Now, I don't know if you've noticed here one thing. I'm impatient to wait for it, but watch where your eyes move, your head moves. They don't. So again, I heard great stories here about students recovering from concussion or neck injuries, and this is an amazing thing for them, the line focus. Great. How about picture dictionary? What's the story with that? Well, if I press sides, that's the story.
Sides.
So it's an amazing support for every learner. It's really, really good. How about language support? Ashley, give me a language there that you might have in your classroom.
Arabic, Stephen.
Thank you so much. Yeah, there we go. We'll go Arabic, Saudi Arabia here, and we'll leave it as word for a second. Go back to sides.
الجانبين.
And then if I want to, I'll go the whole document. Now watch this.
تقسيم 10 2 على الحصول على 5.
I love this as well, that if you press this button, you can switch from original to Arabic just like that. I think that's a great support. It has multiple applications. One, I guess it has multiple applications straight away in your classroom. I could see a parent and guardian meeting that have applications too, or even the PowerPoint subtitles that I showed you, because you could very easily come and type in some feedback on a student, and you could say, for example, watch this. It is very nice to meet you today. There you go. Maybe something as nice and respectful as that. So view Immersive Reader, and you could use it just to have that like that. So make a really nice comment here. There's obviously translator that you can use, but this is nice in OneNote.
الجميل جدا أن نلتقي بك اليوم.
So I think that's nice. It's respectful. It's good. Okay, what other things are possible? Well, I'll tell you a couple of my favorites. It is possible to do this. By the way, OneNote, and that's kind of where Wonderful came from OneNote. ONEDERFUL. That's kind of the idea behind it. But then everything just became wonderful. So it was great, and then people became wonderful. So it really just emerged from there. One of the great things that I do love in OneNote is probably this actually. So if I was to, let me see, yeah, I'll just show you right now the variety of different things you can do in OneNote. And picture OneNote as your digital whiteboard, okay? You with me there? So I can type. Okay. But then if I don't like typing and press dictate, now I can have the typing done for me. So rather than having to type, if I wasn't so good at typing, that's not a big deal. How about that? And even the start, I don't know if you've noticed that, but it contextually changed what was already predicted by the ending of it. So once it had a little time to think, and it probably thought a lot faster than I did, great. What else can you do? So I can ink. There's some other great functions as well. You can do this. You can go into draw. You can put ink to text. So you can ink. You can change perfectly on the fly whether you want. I want to see some ink as well, just like that. What else is possible? Surely no more. I can insert some audio. I can insert some audio. And if you didn't hear enough, oh, I don't have it turned up. Let's play pretend and we heard that. That was great. So we heard it. Awesome. Should play back. I can insert some audio. Right. Next up, what's possible? We can bring in online video. We can bring in pictures from a file. So again, from your device, from your camera, take a new picture from the internet. Now, what will I put in? Something different. I want to press cats, but I'm not going to do it. Something nice. Frogs, something I would just not type in. Right, frogs it is. Oh, actually, I don't even know if he is a frog. Looks nice. There you go. There's a nice frog. Now, other things that are possible. Actually, you know what? I'll tell you a good one. This is so random. This is a part about frogs. There is a cool feature over here called Researcher. So I'm not sure if you know about it. Researcher button in the insert, and we're going to go frogs. Now, relevant topics. There you go. I can press 3 dots, report an inappropriate topic, or I can just press plus. There you go. So we've got a lot of info about frogs. So that's nice. I like that. And this is definitely part of the pressing buttons stuff. Stickers. Let's talk about stickers for a moment. I talk about these. There were some of my favorites. These periodic pals. Let's do a new one. Oxygen. There you go. Quite nice. Or if you want to bring in a little bit of magnesium into your day. The one big one, Ashley, that I kind of love is this editable sticker pack.
Oh, it's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, it's really good. So let me see. I'll go well done. Then I can customize it and go well done, done. You know, just like that. Now, here's a good one. I've never done this, so this is definitely on the thing of not doing things. Press the Windows key and the full stop. Can you get a unicorn in there? Oh, there we go. So there's the Windows key, full stop, get a unicorn in there and press done. So then you've got customized feedback with unicorns. So I mean, it doesn't get better than that. It's great for well-being. It's great for giving feedback. I really, really like it. Forms as well, but I don't have mine signed in, and I don't intend to unless it is signed in. I don't think so. Oh, there's something there. Test on meeting content. We'll just fire it in. Who knows what is in there? I don't know. That's the beauty. What's the first emoji I used? What would you get? Yeah, you wouldn't guess this one because it's a monkey. 2 solve for x is 1, and then we're putting myself in the spot here, -3. So -4. And in the video, what's the answer to light travels faster than a car? Well, I'd say it does, yeah. So we'll zoom out for a second there because I'm in super zoom in mode. Hang on a second. Another little one, control and minus button here. I mean, oh, there we go. This is Inception. I'm zoomed in and a zoom in. So then submit. Now, this is kind of mad. I'm doing stuff that you wouldn't even think is possible. I'm inside in a Forms, inside in OneNote, inside in a Teams live event. This is Inception at its best, and I just submitted a response. Fantastic, love it. Okay, now I'll tell you one of the other things that I love. By the way, if you just copy in a video there, that's the other really nice thing. So if I go submit a response and I press this video, watch this. So I even wanted to copy, let's say share, copy that. This is a reverse way to save me time, and then copy and paste this. So from the YouTube, I might have to go and get it. 1 second. Yeah, I'm going to pull it out of YouTube and then I'm going to pop it in here. Watch. Yeah, sounds good. Right. So we have youtube.com and we're just going to go, yeah, we'll search. YouTube cats. Best cat videos of all time. There we go. And copy the URL. So just Control C, paste. There we go. We have got cat videos. Control and C, Control and V, my best friends, and in OneNote, we'll pretend that played. Oh, video was available. Fantastic. So it would play there in line. The other thing, Ashley, and I think it's funny when I go onto these things, at the start I said, hey, I'll show you how to make a recording. So watch this. This was being recorded all the time. So hover up and press stop, or take the time that I don't take and see that it's Windows key, Shift and Q. And if you do that, press stop, then you've got this gold. It's pot of gold here. Press play. Hello everyone. Today we're going to do some nice maths. Well, one of the things you realize it does is it can play type. Quite nice. Control and minus. So just control fantastic. So it would play. Neat, isn't it? What do you think? I think that's a good feature. One of the great things as well is you can save that media to your desktop. So just right click, save media, save it to the desktop. But you know what? If you didn't want to do that, I don't want to save stuff to my desktop. I don't want to do that. I want an easier way. There has to be an easier way. There is. So I don't know if you've ever seen or if you've ever used Stream. I'm going to introduce you to Stream right now. And by the way, if you don't see Stream there, you can click all apps. You can actually search Stream. Many different ways. Right, so watch this. I have nothing here currently, and I have a new account, so I'm hoping this all is going to work. But create. Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, maybe it's not. 1 second. If it works, great. If not, I'm going to show you that some other time. Yeah. So long story short, on your stream there, I think it's just a permission I've set on my new account. You can create a screen recording, but I can't show you that right now. So you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to show you that right now. So let's go back into OneNote for a second here. So one of the other things I really would like you to show you in OneNote is how OneNote works inside in Teams. And to be honest with you, this part of the inspiration session will be predominantly Teams, a little bit of OneNote. But you know what? You're probably saying, you know what? I've been listening to Stephen for about 20 odd minutes. I need a little break. I need an active moment. So as we should do, we should try and build in some activity into our lessons. So let's do it. So I'm actually going to build in some activity by forums. I'm going to go into forums, but I'm going to create a quiz. I'm going to call it the Maths and Give Me an Animal, Ashley.
A horse.
Maths and horses quiz. Maths and horse quiz, we'll just say. Yeah, maths and horse quiz. Or horses, whatever. There we go. Horses. Now, theme ideas. Thank you. Let's go. Okay, so we shall have the bus there. Now, what I can do here if I want is insert an image at this stage. Image search. Now, let me see. Fast horses. There is a nice fast horse. So there we go. Add. Now, description. This is a quiz on maths and horses. There you go. That's a pretty good description. Let's add a new choice question. So here's the thing. Anyone who teaches math in the audience, you're going to be loving this. I'm going to make a math drop down here. 3 dots, math. And that's hopefully going to load with my internet. So solve for X. Now watch this. And by the way, just while I'm doing this, so everyone at home can get, or wherever you are, can get ready. Get your camera ready. If you know that your camera has a QR code reader, use a camera. If you know that you don't have a QR code reader, go into your app store and download one. So there you go. That'll be you getting ready. So X plus 6 is 8. And press OK. Now, do you see what's after happening here? Press add all, and it actually flags the correct answer. Let's add a new question. Oh, question ideas. Great. Thank you. I've added all. I have a maths quiz made. This is great. Wow. OK, it's fantastic. But if I was to go over and get something here, so watch this. And let me see. The science of horses. So horse facts. That sounds good to me. Now, I'm going to click here, the YouTube video, Control and C, add a new question, choice, take off math, take off subtitle, and I'm going to put in the following. Let's start with the media. Insert video. You can actually paste in video from Stream, what I was just talking earlier about, like that. Now, let me see, is there something? What's one of the facts? So let's let this play out. I'll skip it. Here we go. 60 million horses in the world. Okay, so the question here.
Nice stop on that video.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm on YouTube so much. So how many horses are in the world? Now, 60 million. Well, let's not lead with the exact one, 55 million. That tricks people. 60 million. 5 million. 65 million. I'm renowned for this. Doing these type of variations that even you'd get confused. Tick the correct answer. And then that's your quiz ready. So everyone, 60 million, put that in your head. Go 3 dots, go settings. If you want to use this with students in your learning community, your school, your university, your learning center, wherever, then you can use this. So only people in my organization can respond. Record the name and 1 response per person, okay? But if you want to engage and interact with people who aren't on the same email as you, basically, is the simplest way of saying that. Like now, today, I want to interact with you guys. So I'm going to press anyone with the link can respond, all right? You can do some fancy stuff here. If you were using this in the class, you might want to shuffle questions, customize the thank you message, set a start and an end date. That's it. So let's do it. I'm going to press share. Now, a couple of things. I could, but I'm not going to copy that into the webinar and paste into the chat window, but I'm going to up the ante here because I gave you plenty of time to get a QR code reader. So watch this. I'm going to zoom in. So everyone right now, I'm going to do it as well. Get your camera there going. Go into camera and just point it at that. How does that sound? There we go. I'm pointing mine to it. Now, let's see how we do. Now, don't feel pressured. It's an anonymous forms quiz, so I want to know who said what. So if you are worried about getting something wrong, don't be. Just submit anything that you like. You can have a go at it, obviously, and do it, you know, as good as you can. So that's up to you. And now, watch this. So I'm zooming out. I'm going into responses here. I can press refresh. I've already got 3 responses, so I'm pretty happy with that. And as more responses load in, you're going to see them pop up. So I think that's a cool thing. What do you think of that, Ashley? I think it's nice. That QR is
I love it.
It's pretty special, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of the QR. I'm a big fan of forms just for that quick polling, quick quiz, quick assessments. By the way, you can make assessments that correct themselves. So there's nothing better than that. And to be honest with you, one of the things I really liked was this. Being able to link in a video was very nice. So either from Stream or YouTube, that really was a nice thing for me. I really liked it. Now, let's have a little look at Teams. So we're going to jump in into what I kind of call, you know, Teams, just what you need to know kind of a thing to start off. So Teams Lite, if you will. So I'm going to start off from Teams here. I have so many windows open. If you're confused, well, I can understand why. To make it less confusing, I'll just go to office.com. Click the Teams tile, just like that. So let's do it. Now, how do you get started with Teams and what's the story with Teams anyway? So, I mean, there's a few things you can do. So first of all, if you look to activity in Teams, I've got a lot going on. So one of the things that you want to maybe get into the habit of doing is each time you log into Teams, just have a little look at the activity feed. So have a look at what's going on and then also press the filter button. And you might want to filter stuff. So maybe you want just assignments. You can type it in. Just like that. Maybe you don't want assignments. Maybe you want to have a look at, press the 3 dots, unread mentions. Maybe mentions is a good idea. So look, Cara mentioned me here. Pineview, Cara, thank you. What were you saying? Or Alan mentioned me. Congratulations, scheduling meetings. There's lots of stuff going on there. So congratulations, and it's very handy, to be honest with you, these mentions, they're very, very good. So I like it. What else is good? Chat's good. So a couple of the things that I like in chat, by default to start, chat is, you know, a really good way to chat one-on-one with somebody. So I can press the pencil or I can search their name up there. There's loads of different ways. I'm going to have a chat with someone different this time. So Jennifer Bridges, I'm going to say, hi. Are we meeting to plan for our lesson later? I will bring coffee. Then bring an emoji into it. You can actually type coffee. So it's a nice way to have a chat just one-on-one. Let's say you're doing this chat regularly enough. Right-click it, pin it. How about group A? You don't want to see it anymore. And see these pinned? Right-click, unpin. Right-click, unpin. You want to leave a group that you were chatting with? You can just do that. Yeah. So unpin. You can unmute. You can mute. There's a lot of great stuff. So look, leave. Just leave that chat. You'll still have access to the conversation history, but you're not going to be chatting anymore. So that's fantastic. Okay, other things that are very useful. By the way, I don't know if you knew, but you can just have a video call right now with Jennifer. You can also have a audio call, no problem. You can invite another person into the chat right here, right now. Okay, so it's easy to do that. Some of the other stuff that I really like, yeah, let's have a little look here at Teams. How do I hide all these teams? There's loads of teams going on. I'm getting team overload. So press 3 dots and go hide. Okay, how do I show teams that I've hidden? 3 dots, show. All right, that seems good. Okay, got it. Now, how do I create a team? Press that button. Now, right here, we're looking at join a team with a code. So this is a good spot to be in. A lot of people say, okay, it's difficult. It's going to be tough. I'm going to have to add all my students. It's going to take ages, right? It's not at all. No. So you could, if you want, rock up into class and say, hey, my 15 students that are there in front of me, my 12, whatever. Join the team with the code. I'll give you the code in a second. So a student could be waiting for the code and you're like, okay, perfect. I'm going to show you how to get that code. So picture the student stays here, types in the code, presses join, okay? I'm going to show you how to get it. 4 main team types. Team types that I work mostly with would be class team and staff team. I'm going to focus on the class team because there's a lot of fun features in the class team that I want to show you today. Right now, we're looking at a naming convention. I think, Ashley, would you be a fan of a specific naming convention as well?
Yeah, I really like kind of putting a number at the start.
Yeah.
And I think I picked something up. I think it was you, Stephen, putting the teacher's initials at the end.
I like it as well. Yeah, I do. I think it's good. Like how I normally do these. And someone asked me today, someone said to me today, you know, if I call a group 5th year or if I call a 6th year or 3rd year or 4th year, well, the problem of calling a class group 2nd year is next year they're going to be 3rd years. And then you're looking at a group that says 2nd year. So I like to use LC, you know, Leaving Cert. But again, whatever course you're doing, for example, let's say you've got a module code. So you've got, give me an example, Ashley, of something maybe that you guys might have a team called. Fire it out and I'll pop it in.
It could be communications.
Yeah, love it.
Be a module.
Yeah. Communications 101A with me, Stephen Eustace. And you know what? Maybe we are in the year of 2020. So there you go. That's a way you might decide to name your convention or your naming convention, name your team. Press start. Press next here. Here we go. Now, here you can add some students, but watch this. Type a name. You can add from a group, a single name, a distribution list, a single person at your school, easy. Lots of places as well can have it set up so that this is done for you, which is great. If I want to add Alex, I add Alex. If I want to add Ashley, just type and add in Ashley, and Alex is already getting notifications there. This is great work. So Ashley's in there. And by the way, if you have another teacher with you, you can add them as well. Add in Arden. Jennifer, I don't think I've ever added Jennifer to a team. So you know what? It's time that changed. So Jennifer's in my team as well. So 2 other teachers are helping me with this group. I've got 2 students. So that's grand. Let's go. Press close. Okay, so what's the story with Teams? Well, Teams is here. It's looking at me. We've got channels, the general channel. Actually, do you know what's great, Ashley? As I look at the time, this is brilliant. It's like I'm getting the stuff, and I think we've 20 minutes, do we? 20
minutes, and you're having a lot of fun, and I'm learning lots here as well.
Yeah, great. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. Normally, I'm under such time pressure. This is great. So here we go. And I say it's like always the teacher, isn't it? You're looking down the clock the whole time. It's like, yeah. Okay, so once you create your team, you can decide to theme your team. So you could decide to put in a nice little, icon here. So class avatar, primary, post-primary, post-secondary, etc. I do sometimes have issues with this on my internet, but I don't mind pressing it anyway still. But yeah, it didn't that time. when you start, Teams has a certain type of structure. The first channel you'll see is the general channel, and there's a few unique things about it. If I was to give you one piece of advice, I'd say when you first set up your team, do this. Press Files. The file structure is about to pop and appear, and a magical folder in 3, 2, 1, magical folder. There you go. It's called the class materials folder. What's magic about it, you might say? Surely folders can't be magic, and you're right. But are you? This folder is actually read-only for students in your class. I think there's magic to that. So what's magical about it is if I create a new Word document in here and I call it Lesson 1 and I press return to create it. Well, I think it's magical that, and this is great from earlier, see this button? I think it's magical that I no longer have to type. I can just wave my hands in the air like this, type at 60 plus words a minute. Wow, this is easy. A classic example of technology making my life easier, as it should do. I can grab my cup of coffee and have a little sip right now, no problem. So I like that, obviously, you know I'm a fan. So lots of things are possible. Editor, by the way, I press this button. There's some great stuff here. Editor score calculated at 100 words, thank you. Spelling corrections. We've got grammar, refinements, similarity. I don't press this button very much, but I like it. So I think you should probably have a little look at it. So, you know, that's an amazing feature that you can have a little look at, give us feedback, great, go for it. There's lots of cool things that really you should have a look. One of them I actually really like is this, search. So let's say I want to change the font, but I don't know where to go and I don't see font there. If I type font, I've got all you could want maybe with the font, screen, lots of different things are possible. I really like that one. Again, there's lots of other stuff, referencing, footnotes, reviewing, the whole shebang here, translation even. I did this before and I'll do it again. Je parle français. Now, if I was to make this a bit nicer and bigger for you, I'll do that. And then if I was to press the translate, which I was just messing around with here, translate. Je parle français, I speak French, thank you so much. And then insert it. So that's a nice little thing too. Press close though. All right, okay. Class materials, magical folder, but why is it magic? I'm going to show you why it's magic. Now I'm the student, Alex Wilbur. Here I am. I'm going to go into that communications team. I'm going to have a little look around and see what's happening. I'm going to make it my own. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to have a look at files. All right, I'm going to go in, I'm going into that class materials folder. You know what, I'm going to delete that file. I'm going to right click it. No, okay, I can't delete it. All right, okay, I'm going to three dots. Okay, I can't delete it. What's going on here? Oh, why can't I delete it? What do you think, Ashley? Why can't I delete that? I just can't.
Because you're a student.
You got it. You got it in one. I'm a student. I can't do that. But you know what? If I was not in that magical folder and I pressed a new Word document and I called it cats, here's the cats again. You were waiting for the cats, I'd say. So we are going to insert, we're going to type cat. We're going to insert a picture of a cat. There we go. Cats. We're going to pick a different cat. This is a cool cat. Yeah, I have cats. I press close. Okay, I'm Alex the student. The world is my oyster. I can delete documents as I please. Now I can do more. Deleting documents, oh no. There we go, the document is deleted. Okay, surely that's the worst thing that could happen. It's all over, nothing is possible, there's no possible fix. We're gonna have to ring IT right now and find out what's going on. Or, actually, we could just press this button, couldn't we? Open in SharePoint. Let's see what's happening. I wonder where we could find documents that were deleted. I might click the recital bin. I'd laugh someday if it wasn't in there and I'd be like, and where is it now? Click this and go restore. So you know what? Something that was probably a bit scary for you is now scary no longer. So look at that. Right there. Cats. We're good. Arden's offline. Thank you, Arden. Okay, next up, what else is possible? I'll tell you a very nice one. Make this PowerPoint on the beach. Create a new PowerPoint. Create it outside of class materials because you want engagement in this. Create a new slide. Call that slide Alex. Now, the beach. Love this designer, by the way. The designer is going to see that I wrote beach. Now, it didn't give me any fantastic beach pictures because it's this type of slide. But if I went down here, I'm going to go with the beach. And I'm going to insert a nice picture here. So watch this. Insert, pictures, bing, the beach. Yep, I think that sounds and looks good to me. So, and then designer is an amazing feature again for, you know, students with diverse learner needs or anyone who just needs this or wants this. I use it. I love it. Yeah. So now watch this. I'm Alex again. I'm pressing refresh. Having a little look at what's going on. I'm going to go into that PowerPoint, into the beach. Now, surely two people can't be in a PowerPoint at the same time, right? Well, not right. So we're going to go here, I'm going to go in Alex, and I'm going to insert a picture of the beach. And while I do that, there we go. I don't know if you've noticed, but I can actually see up here the educator of this place. So Stephen Eustace has this presentation open. Okay, so you know what else is possible to do? Press the conversation and say hi at Alex. How are you? Will you make another slide on the river? So that's possible. That's a thing that can happen. Again, you're getting notifications. Look, mentioned you, communicated with you. Again, if you were to bring the conversation over, you see this little at mention, and I do a little hover over, boom, just like that. There is another thing too that's nice is if you hover over this, press this button, save this message. Here's a good one. By the way, look at all these things you can do. Immersive reader from earlier, translate if it's in a different language, share to Outlook. Oh my God, it's too much. Watch what I can do now. Let's say I got out of that. I'm in a different team. I've gone somewhere else. Yeah, I'm in there. I want to get back to that specific comment. How do I do it? Press the button here, go to saved. Look at that. I'm there again. This is fantastic. I can go right into the document, pick up from exactly that spot. Doesn't get better than that. Does not get better. So I'm going to show you another one, and these are just some of my favorite things. So awesome. Looks good, sounds good, all that good stuff. You know what? I'm excited to get onto the class notebook. Let's do it. Into the class notebook we go. And this is OneNote again. So let's go. Let's jump into it. Set up a class notebook, a blank notebook. Let's do it. Now, class notebook has 4 distinct sections. What are they? 1, the collaboration space. If someone was guessing, hey, what would go on there? I'd say collaboration will go on there. Teachers can edit in there, students can edit in there, brainstorming, group work, teamwork, all of that good stuff goes on in there. Content library, what's happening there? Well, that's a place for me to teach. It's a place for me to ink, to insert audio, video, type, all that stuff I showed you earlier. I can edit in there. Students, though, can only view, so I think that's a great spot for me to teach my lesson content. Teacher only section. Private space for teachers. That's a fantastic place for me to prep my lessons alone or with co-op teachers. So you got your co-teachers in there with you, all good. Students can't even see it. Teachers can edit it. Sounds great. Student notebooks, a private space for each student. So I always think of this and I think of e-portfolio. I think about reflection, CBA, lots of different projects you can do on your own time that your educator, your teacher can look in at and see how you're getting on. Teachers can view students' notebooks, they can edit them. Students, though, can only see and edit their own. So there you go, that's the basic idea. Let's jump in. Press next. Right now is where you're designing the notebook, okay? You're designing the student section specifically. So set up the sections in each student's private space. Okay, let's do that. Not such a fan of handouts, to be honest. Or quizzes, I don't like them. So do you want to give me 2 sections, Ashley? What do you think?
QQI assessments.
What are we at? QQI, yeah?
Yeah.
QQI assessments. Give me another one.
Check-ins.
Yep. Love it. And you know what? I'm going to have as well a nice one on reflection, because I think it's a big focus right now with all that's going on, that we look after ourselves, we look after our health, we look after each other. Our mental health is important, so reflection is key right now. So let's press create. Now, I always say to everybody, this is the most, I think, technical thing you're going to be doing, the setting up of the class notebook. It's that big scary thing, anything could happen, but actually in reality only one thing can happen. Your class notebook gets set up. I think it takes about 20 to 30 seconds, and usually after I've finished talking about this, it's done. And look at that, not a big deal. Now, what is it? What's going on here? Well, we're in Teams. I've showed you a little bit of OneNote at the start as kind of a teaser, and I said, oh, I love it, okay? This button is so good. Press this. By the way, look at this. Do you see the meet button here? How hard would it be to schedule a meeting right now? I'm going to show you that in a second. Ashley, will you make sure I show that?
I'll do my best.
Yeah, remember that and tell me. So I'm the teacher. I'm looking at the collaboration space here. I'm seeing the collaboration space. I'm going to the content library, and I'm going to speed up now because I'm looking at 10 minutes to go. So let's do this. Content library. I'm going to create a section called cats. You'll get sick of my cats. And I'm going to say lesson 1. And now watch this. I could do the following. Cat. Insert. But you know what? Let's right click rename. Parts of the eye. Let's stop with our cats. Let's do something different. Insert a picture from the internet. Parts of the eye. Alrighty, so we've got parts of the eye here. No label. Let's chance it. Oh, hello. Look at that. Well, you ask and you shall receive here. So we might be teaching a lesson on the eye. If my internet permits it, it will load up. And then here I might put in some instruction. I might say, by the way, this is a lesson, so I might be teaching a little bit of this. So I might do a pinch and zoom here. Might get draw and go to my thing and I don't really know. Let me see. Okay, I'm making a little guess here. I think this is the optic nerve. Optic nerve, I think, I don't know. So I could do a lot of things, and I showed you that earlier, so I'm not going to go too much into it. I could do lots of stuff. So maybe I just do the optic nerve and I put in the instruction here. Insert audio. Hi everyone, I want you to finish this unlabeled diagram of the eye for tonight's work. Thank you. Now, let's go back and have a look at what I could do. I could go back to being the student. I could go into my team, go into my class notebook, and this is just the student taking it upon themselves to get that work. So they go in to the content library, parts of the eye, and they say, okay, I'm going to copy that and finish it for myself. Right click copy. Going to come down to my homework, I guess. And I'm going to right click paste. No big deal. All right. Now, I'm just going to type in the eye. It'll load in a second. I'm going to put in some things here. We'll just pretend this is all loading up. My internet is somewhat diabolical. And then when I finish, we'll say it's finished. Can I see the students' changes? So watch this. I go in here and I press refresh, and I'm having a look at how my students are doing. I go over here, go to Alex, go to see his homework, have a little look at lesson 1. And yeah, all the inkings and things here, and it did load up on the other end. Yeah, so very easy for me to come along then, insert audio feedback and all that good stuff. There is something I really like, which is this. Jump to assignments, and this is just really fast tour. How hard would it be to set up an assignment for someone to do a presentation for me? Watch this. I'd say it won't take 40 seconds. Get started. Create assignment. Now, I won't go into the small parts of it. Dog presentation. Presentation on a dog, 2 pictures, 3 words. That's it. Add resources. You can bring in an existing file from your OneDrive. New file though, PowerPoint. Dog press. Press attach. Students can't edit. Do not press assign. Edit their own copy sounds great. Press assign. Okay, I'm Alex. What's happening here? Usually the part I just wait 20 seconds or 15 for the system even to catch up with what's going on, and then I go in and it's here. Okay, how would a student know that an assignment is being created? So watch this. I'm Alex and I'm looking around at my lesson on whatever. I'm going to press refresh the page. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, stuff is happening. So I'm seeing here, there's activity. Let's have a look. There's talk of an assignment. Okay, let's click into that. There's a presentation on a dog. Okay, all right, let's have a look. I see some instructions. By the way, I can use the immersive reader to have those instructions played back to me, make it more accessible. I can, if there was a rubric there, I could see it. Let's do this. Let's see how hard it is to do some work and submit it. Dog. Picture of dog. There we go. Picture dog. There you go. That's a nice dog. It's like, it looks like a Labrador. Dun, dun, dun. Now, we'll designer, thank you. Job done. Right, I think I'm out there. I wasn't really listening or looking to what the instructions were. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to press close. I think I'm happy. It's saved. Press close. Close. Now, how could I possibly turn that in? Press that button. Now, one of my favorite things, Ashley, look at this. Oh, and it's the one we wanted. It's the one we wanted, the unicorn. I love it. And then look, you go into the presentation. So this is happening in pretty fast time. Alex has handed it in. Let's see what's going on. How easy is it to give feedback? So I look and I say, wow, 10 out of 10, even though I didn't give any points for it, and I just return it. That's as hard as it is to do that. We're about 4 minutes to, I'm going to just call out one resource if I had to. So I would say to definitely consult the Microsoft Educator Center. In fact, if I were you, I would sign up for it. Microsoft Educator Center. You can click here and sign in with your credentials, so your email address. You can click training, click courses, and then you can take a course on Teams. For you, it's probably appearing down here. For me, it's here. If you want to learn more, how easy is this? Standards aligned, objectives, all that good stuff, badges, points, and click resume course. And you can go down through with very short, easy to digest videos like this, look.
Members private space. It has pre-populated suggestions.
And then how would you possibly learn more when you're in the app? See that help button? Help, topics, training. You've got all that support right there for you right now. So that's an amazing resource. I would say as well, if you are to connect with me, I would love it. It would be great. So connect with me on Twitter there at Eustace_Stephen. Hope you enjoyed this inspiration session. I'm going to stop sharing my screen maybe, Ashley, or maybe I'm just going to look at the Q&A on another device. What do you think?
In 30 seconds, can you show us how to schedule a meeting, Stephen?
Oh, gee, yeah, of course I can. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, thank you for keeping me honest. Yeah, and you know what? That's the beautiful thing. Yes, I can, because it's so easy. So I'm in the communication channel and I want to have a meeting with this team. Oh, there you go. Press this button, meet, schedule. And I just say meeting 1. I don't have to add anyone because it's happening in the communications channel, the general. I just press send. Choose when I want it. Thursday for a half an hour. Is it a recurring weekly? Okay, sure. Press send. That's it, done. And then I'll show you another way to do it, right? That's a meeting in a channel. How about I don't want a meeting in a channel? How about this person is not in my team? Press new meeting. And I go meeting with other person, whoever it is. So who is the first initially comes to my mind? Deborah Berger is not in this team with me. So we're going to meet with Deborah. We're going to meet on the 23rd from 4 to 4:30. I don't have to choose channels or anything. I can send an agenda and all that good stuff and press send. That's me having a meeting with Deborah on the 23rd. I wish I hadn't picked as far a day, but there we go. The other thing too, which I think people will love, is this one actually. Watch this little quick tip. How about if you wanted a meeting? So watch this, add channel. Meeting with other people. How about you want to combine the goodness of a meeting with your team with somebody else? Well, then go meet, schedule, meeting 2. But then here, someone who's not in your team, or in fact, someone who's not even in your organization in many instances will work, and they will meet as well, plus your communications team. What do you think of that, Ashley?
It's fantastic. Just on that as well, Stephen, we've been having a lot of fun trying out together mode in the last week or so. It's brilliant.
No, there's a whole load of really nice things coming. The Microsoft Education blog is a great place to kind of learn more. But like, What's on the way is so good. There's a little button called What's New here, and it shows you kind of things that are happening, you know, things you can do now. But like the 49 screens, the together mode, that dynamic view is just, it's something really good. That quick guide, you like a lot of people say, hey, I'm going to make a quick guide on Teams, and I'm like, you don't need to, because it's here. All the things you might want to know and learn. So did you want me to show anything else quick, or we've got it, I think, did we?
I think we've got it. And you've nailed the time. It's 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I try. Yeah. So guys, I hope you enjoy. Will I come off share screen? Yeah. Let's stop sharing.
Thanks a million, Stephen.
Yeah, there you go. So guys, I'm going to probably just have a quick little look at the Q&A. I won't run anywhere. And thank you so much for joining. Yeah, do you know